into the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates. They do not tell us APR, points paid, points received, just the locked rates with consumers across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Yesterday, conforming loans locked 7.338, the 30-year. That was down. The jumbo loan down 7.632, 30-year jumbo fixed. 30-year FHA 7.142. 30-year USDA, that's generally the rural areas, no down payment, 7.125. And the best loan on the market, down by the most of all, well, pretty much the most of all of them, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 7.007. And every morning, as early as we get the data, we put out our market commentary. You can get it for free, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. We send an email out, usually at just a couple of pages, just a brief overview of what's going on in the marketplace. Share our thoughts right there for you. But let's see what's going on today. S&P 500, that is now up 8.81. And if my screen will refresh, I'll be able to tell you what the bond market is doing. The 10-year Treasury up 12 basis points. A little odd based on some technicals that we'll be watching. The mortgage-backed securities are down 26 basis points. And what's driving it? Remember, when the mortgage bond goes down, that means rates are up. So yesterday, that bond was up about 90 basis points. Really nice. Rates were down a lot. So now we're flipping that. So we're recovering a little bit from what happened yesterday. Let's talk about the markets. The October Producer Price Index. So this is the wholesale level. It ended up flowing into the PPE and the CPI reports. Those are the consumer reports. Showed that overall producer inflation decreased by 0.5%, which was much lower than the estimates of 0.1%. Largest decline since April of 2020. Year over year, producer inflation fell from 2.2 to 1.3. Again, well below the estimates of 1.9. Bureau of Labor Statistics said that over 80% of October decline in PPI goods is attributes to the drop in prices for gasoline, except in California. Core rate, which strips out food and energy prices, was flat, which is also much lower than the market consensus of a 0.3% rise. Year over year, core inflation fell from 2.7 to 2.4, while it was expected to remain at 2.7. Overall, much cooler. Are you feeling that at the grocery store? I'm not hearing about anybody that says they're feeling price savings, that the inflation is slowing down when they go grocery shopping. And we'll see what happens with the Thanksgiving holiday. After yesterday's CPI report, the market is now expecting the Fed to turn the car around and cut rates soon, not increase rates any longer. January odds of a hike went from 30% to 2%. Not very likely. March odds of a hike went from 14% to a 33% chance of a rate cut in March. May, the odds first crossed 50-50 of a cut in May at 85%, was June was previously. So now June is 100% pricing in a cut for June of next year. Yeah, if you were listening to Ron Siegel Radio, you probably heard me say for the last 4 or 5 months, second quarter 2024, that's where we're going to see these numbers. Retail sales in October fell 0.1%, bit stronger than the 0.2% fall expected. Previously, reading of a 0.7 was also revised once again, revised higher to 0.9. But here's the issue. The BLS can go and give us all these numbers, and I, as you know, I take the L out of that all the time, just the BS report. They give us all these numbers. The thing that they can't fudge on, sales tax numbers have been declining. Sales tax, right? So when the states get their sales tax, they know exactly what's going on in the retail sales world, and those numbers have been declining. So we're watching all of those. Mortgage Bankers Association released their mortgage application data for last week, showing interest rates were unchanged. Remember, that's old data, so that's just the way that works. Purchase applications rose 3% last week after rising 3% the previous week, still down 12% year over year. Refinances rose 2% for the second week in a row, down 7% for the year. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You've got the phone. Make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.